Juliet Moko will be the man who is on pole position for Racetech 60 Racing, alongside Fahmi Bassam, the defending champion, and the ever-present Malaysian Ahmed Fazrul Sham of Cardinals Factory Racing Team.
On row 2, we've got the fastest Honda by far. We're in the capable hands of Aditya Fauzi. Next to him, Gupta Krishna Wardana, and very quick wildcard, Anras Riswanto.
Daniel Damar, who's on the Yamaha LFN HB 969 team, alongside another wildcard, Shirat Shauki from the GG Galak Racing Team, alongside the best of the Filipinos, John Emerson and Gito.
Yeah, 2 times champion, Wayu Aji starts in 10th. Next to him is the record-breaking Husni Zainal Fauzi, and Akid Aziz, 3rd in this championship, starts next to him.
Yeah, did not finish the second race in Motegi. Agir Farrell on the Yamaha, alongside Ahmad Afif Amram for Pittsbike Superfast JRT Racing, and Hendra Rosadi for the Wazaka Racetech Racing Team.
Ardev Arshad for Uma Racing starts 16th, alongside Hafiz Faril Rashidan for 4S1 Evo. Pirapong Bin Peng, sole Thai rider in this championship, starts 18th.
Team one for all. Wawan Wello, welcome back to the RMF Trans Racing Rider. Good to see you back on the Underbone 150s. Mohammed Fabriansha, the second Team One for All racer, the Indonesian, alongside Shamal Amshar Effendi, the second Cardinals Factory Racing rider.
Starting 22nd is Jordan Badaru. Next to him, NJ Sobratoda, the Filipino rider. And outside of him, 2023 champion Nazrul Izzat Bahauddin.
Long way down, Nazrul Izzat. Badli Ayatullah Masarong for Mesto SCK Honda Racing from Indonesia in 25. Ahmad Darwisi for Estremo Uzi Asia in 26. April King Moscato from Philippines for Uma Racing in P27.
On row 10, starting 28th, is Kiki Sudirman Manarung for JPNW. Cheryl Shazras, also on Honda, starts 29th. Hafizi Supat starts on the Vosges.
Zato Fernando came a cropper in practice, I think in practice 3 yesterday. And Tenko Emerald Hafarudin for the Vosges Formosa team is in P32. So it's a busy old grid. Some good racers a long way down there, weren't there?
Yeah, mechanical issues for Nazrul, you noted as we went through the order that he was down in 24th.
Charles Sarzas as well, also a long way down.
Yeah, the only Honda really looking competitive is that of Aditya Fauzi. We first saw him here back in 2023 as a sensational wild card. He finished 2nd on that occasion in race 2, and he was one of the stars of 2024.
8 laps of the circuit. Race number 7 of 12 of the season. It's going to take a long time for everybody to get in. Final racer is in his marks. And we await go. Again, a long hold, and in the pits, Nazrul Izzat. Long hold, and Dimas Juliet Moko was off to a slow start. The man in the middle, the championship leader, off to a reasonable start, but Nazrul Izzat is the problem. Ahmad Fazrul Sham getting off to a nice start, but it's the Racetech bikes who are in 1 and 2. If you can work out who's 1 and 2, and a glum looking Nazrul Izzat.
More mechanical misery for the 2023 champion. That's rotten luck. Absolutely rotten luck. Aditya,
we've got our first casualties.
Goes. That's April King Moscato on the 43. I couldn't make out the other bike.
Whoa. April King Moscato and Shamil Amshar Effendi, they're the 2 who've gone down. That is going to be a problem when it's so congested. One mistake, you're going to take somebody else out.
Yeah, Dimas recovered from that poor start. He's up there.
Afif Amran is in the leading group. Wayuaji Trilaksana. Well, the 2 Racetech in the lime green are easy to pick out.
Yeah, Fahmi Bassam, this is a real make or break race for the defending champion.
Yeah, he had a DNF, and he's had 2 DNSs so far this year. And as you say, with Husni Zainal bike 143, leading by 70 points in the championship. On board John Emerson and Gito. right in the middle of the pack to make things interesting for us.
And Fifan Ran, who had a crash on his outlap in qualifying 2, hasn't let that hold him back. He is in the lead currently.
This is a corner that could get very, very congested. You're just trying to get yourself into a prime position to get a drive out to sweep into the left-hander to take us into the home straight for the very first time. First lap of 8, and it's Amadafi Famran who has the lead from Dimas Juliat Moko, who recovered from a less than stellar start. And Dimas Juli actually looks to take the lead, 183. Tell you what, I've enjoyed the work of Andre Zwanto. The Trans Racing bike looks to be in good nick.
Yeah, it is very, very much so, and strong in practice yesterday as well. Good to see Waiwaji up in that leading group, but game over here for, who's that?
2:57, that's Jordan Badaru. I think he's, well, his race is over early, so a couple of casualties, 3 already. April King Moscato, Shamil, Najrul Izzat didn't even get going, and Jordan didn't finish the first lap. Najrul Izzat is at least on the circuit, but he's a long, long way down. But try to get some info ahead of tomorrow's race number 2. Don't waste the weekend.
Yeah, the master, Waiwaji Trilaksana, takes the lead. He goes ahead of Afi.
Waiwaji, a 2-time champion. He's the leader of the Race Tech 60 team. John Emerson and Gito shows us just how scary it can be on board. John Emerson is, as I say, right in the middle of the pack. He's in P4 at the moment. Husney has just eased himself into P3. Husney going for a 5th straight win, unprecedented. They come round this very, very dicey turn 16. It's a long, long right-hander, so easy to get caught up in traffic. But they'll come through over the start-finish line at the end of lap number 2. And the man in the lead is Hafiz Farrell. Husni Zainal nicely tucked in into P2.
Nice exit there from Aditya Fauzi, who slipstreamed his Honda into the lead. Bit of contact there between, I think that was Waiwaji and Fahmi Bassam. No hard feelings. There's this many bikes on track. That is pretty much inevitable.
Of course. Even on a flowing track like this, but as you can see, you're constantly having to work your body, get in position as you zigzag your way up towards the coast. The Indian Ocean beckons, and then you've got to turn right back down over the other side, and this is where the wind is at its most perilous for these races.
Yeah, you can even see a little bit of movement from time to time on the camera from that breeze, which does gust up above the 14 kilometers an hour. It's officially blowing at.
Maggia Farrell is making a move on the Yamaha. Farrell is a bike 229.
Yeah, he comes recommended as well. On for Yamaha LFN HP 969.
Fahmi Bassam with the fastest lap so far. Now this is building up, you know this is going to get chaotic. These Underbone races are so often decided coming into the final corner. And well, a penultimate corner here. This one, this is where all the action is going to be in 5 laps time. Lap number 3 at the moment.
Certainly ways through, but this is impressive work by Aditya Fauzi. And going with him there is a wild card, Badli Ayatollah Masarong.
Aditya leads from Badli, from wildcard Shiratsauki, from Dimas Juliat Moko, from Farrell. Wawamwelo in the mix as well. He's in P4.
Yeah, just ahead of them is a rather disconsolate looking, ahead of them on track, rather disconsolate looking Najrul Izzat.
There's a jump start being called against bike number 61. That's Charles Chazras. So not a great day, not a great weekend so far for Charles Chazras, but Dimas Juli he's been mighty impressive all weekend, and look at this, he's just pulling out a bit of a lead here, staying out of all the danger behind him.
Yeah, in qualifying 2 this morning, absolutely annihilated the previous qualifying lap record. And then went on, of course, to take P1 in Super Pole.
But he went 3 meters out of the right line, then lost 4 places as a result.
Yeah.
183 coming through is Arn Rizwanto. Gosh, these wildcards are going to play havoc with the championship standings.
They certainly are.
And some good guys there. Rizwanto leading, Wawanwello there, we know about him. Daniel Damar, replacement rider. Argia Farrell, Hendra Rosadi, also in the top 10.
Yeah, we discovered so many of these top riders now, like Husni Zainal, he was a wild card last year. Aditya Fauzi in the year before him. Wawanwello originally came to ARRC as a wild card.
Yeah, they're doing good things on the Underbone circuit. On the smaller makes in Indonesia, a couple of championships ongoing, at least. As we come through though, at the midway point, Dimas Juliat Moko, and Racetech, his teammate.
Yeah, this is really good work from them. Husni is in there too. Perhaps he's feeling a little easier now he's back at work in the middle of this pack.
Nazrul Izzat comes through the start-finish line, a long way behind, to get some valuable data for his mechanics ahead of tomorrow. 3.5 laps to go. Aditya Fauzi, I think. Is that Aditya who's gone with Dimas Juli?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You can see that pinky purple, fuchsia pink, 177. That's him.
I can only ever recall once a rider getting away from the pack in Underbone 150. Ahmed Afif ran in Buriram a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
It is almost impossible. It's like cycling. The peloton just comes in behind you and takes up the space. And look at that, Dimas Juli was in P1 and now he's caught up in the pack and is down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, realistically, the only way to win an Underbone race is to just get everything right at the end.
And be in position to get everything right at the end.
Yeah, because the apparent dominance, the mathematical dominance of Husni Zainal Fauzi, it's not been that he's won every race by a mile, he's won every race by a few thousands.
Indeed, indeed. Cumulative, probably 3 seconds for all of his wins so far this year. 183 leading the way, Andres Wanto on the Honda Supra. Looking good. Wayu Aji's there. Where is Husni? He's in 8th at the moment, bike 143. Ahmed Afif Amran also in that group. Akid Aziz hasn't shown yet. Akid, the top Malaysian, is in P3 in the championship.
Fahmi Bassam looks to take his turn at the front as they start this lap. There he is, the number 222, defending champion. And his plan, the only plan that he can go is that he's going to win, and he's going to just keep his fingers crossed that Husni has a bad race.
Yeah, you've just got to claw your way back bit by bit. 70 points seems an awful lot, but you get a couple of P1s and Husni gets P9s or 10s and you soon break into that healthy lead. You've got to get the P1s and the P2s. Rizwanto is the man just behind number 60, Waji Trilaksana.
And it's more than past time for a mention for Fazrul, the number 11 for Cardinals. He's buried in that front room there somewhere.
I would say he's the one in the sky blue, but there's so much colour in there, it's almost impossible to find the blue in that riot of colour. Husni Zainal is the man who's just edged into the lead and lost it temporarily. But Husni Zainal's the one to look out for. Bike 143 on the Zir LFN HB 9619. Chasing history, chasing Underbone history.
Aditya Fauzi went really wide then, somehow found his way around the outside and made up a couple of places.
Vayu Trilaksana's the man who's at the 3/4 mark, will be in the lead. Vayu Trilaksana leads, Aditya Fauzi second.
That was a rehearsal by Husni for the final lap.
I think you're right. Maybe he'll have another look once again. Where did he finish on that? Husni was in P2. Yeah, there's confirmation of the jump start for Charles Shazras.
Yeah, he will be doing, I assume, he's doing the long lap penalty again, as we did at Motegi, rather than the ride through pit lane.
It doesn't affect the top of the championship standings.
This Farrell doing a really good job as well, close to the front.
Two Race Tech racers race by in P1 and P2 at the moment. A little bit of protection, strength in numbers.
Yeah, superb work by the Race Tech 60 team, owned and managed of course by Vayu Trilaksana. It's one of the JRT Pitspike slotting in behind him, I think.
Yeah, I think that's Amadafi Famran. Or was it Akid? Akid's made his first move, yeah. Bike 13 is Akid.
Keeping a low profile, but third in the championship.
Important to respond to the crashes that took out so many at Motegi in the second race.
This is really good work by Husni. Seemed to have shaken off the jitters.
Ngito in P7. That was Andre Zwanto's backside we saw there. As we are, I believe, on the final lap. So our graphic says 3 laps to go. I do believe we're on the final lap. And leading the way was Amadafi Famran. He's got himself in a perfect position. Time your ride to perfection. Has he done exactly that? Look at that, he's got himself half a second lead. As Amadafi Famran.
Without too many fast straights or slipstreaming opportunities there. It's not beyond the bounds of possibility.
The wind will buffet him on that long out, and there it is. He's unable to hold on as they spread out over this wideish circuit. Amadafi Famran is actually swallowed up immediately.
Bassam there, close to the front. Oh, and down goes. That's Aditya Fauzi is one of them.
Aditya's one. It wasn't Husni. Husni was the man who's in the lead. It really impacts Aditya Fauzi. Turn 10. Takes another victim. Husni 143 is in that group. Dimash Juliet Moko in there as well. It is the final lap and they're accelerating away.
Oh, coming very close to the green then. But beautifully timed again from the runaway championship leader. Gosh. What can he do? He's got Fahmi Bassam there with him too.
Right, it is down to this turn 16. Husni Zainal Fauzi looking for a little bit of history. Is he able to hold on? Oh, he's been caught on the inside and the switchback is on. And now it's the race to the line. And the race to the line sees Dimash Juliet Moko just pipping Husni by 0.08 of a second. Fahmi Bassam third. Vayu Trilaksana and Amadafi Famran. So the run ends, but my word, another P2. But celebrations for Dimash Julie.
Absolute jubilation for Dimash Julie and his teammate and his boss, Vayu into P4. Wonderful race for the Race Tech 60 team. They were there at the front all the way through, and a really good race from Husni Zainal Fauzi. His record now is 5 wins, 1 second, 1 fourth.
Aziz, just 1 point for Akid Aziz. Gosh, that's a really tough couple of races for him. But your winner, Dimas Juliet Moko, a first win of the season, a second podium. And he's coming into form, coming into the second half of the season. Husni Zainal, though, will increase his lead at the top. Second place here, 800ths down on the winner, Dimas Julie. Fahmi Bassam of a Yamaha LFN in P3, 1/10 down. Wayu Ajuchilaksana, a 1 and 4 for Racetech, 7/10 down. Ahmad Afif Amram, the best of the Malaysians in P5 for Pitspike. Daniel Damar for Yamaha LFN in P6. Gupita Krejna, gosh, the old experienced campaigners, 1.1 second down in 7. And another wildcard, Shirat Sauki from GG Galak Racing, is in P8, 1.17 seconds down. John Emerson and Gito, best of the Filipinos for the Evo Yamaha Racing Team. Kiki Suderman for the SND Factory Racing Team in 10. Agia Farrell for Yamaha LFM. Injay Sobratodo for Uma Racing. Peter Ponglo Boympeng, always glad to see the ties get in just for you, Barry. Team 1 for all in P13. Wawan Wello, we welcome him back, but just 2 points for Wawan on his return. And Akid Aziz, well, it's a point. You never know, it could be crucial. But at the moment, he won't be too thrilled. Masato Fernando in 16, out of the points. Darwisi, Ferbriansa, Adi Barshad, Charles Shazras, 2.8 seconds down. Badly Ayatollah and Henry Ruzadi, all out of the points. But Fernando, that's a good recovery after his practice laps yesterday. Ahmad Fajl Sam, 23rd. Aditya Fauzi crashed out. Got up on his bike to finish 24th. Hafiz Farrell, Afiji Super, Tenkel Amrul in 27th. Henri Zwanto did not complete the race. Neither did Najl Izzat. Neither did Jordan Badaro, Shamil Amshar, or April King Moscado. Let's have a look how close it was at the finish. Barry, talk us through the end.
So we had those Racetech 60 boys were there. You thought it's just after this, but before, as they were coming through turn 17, it looked as though Husni was about to execute another plan, but you can see there he couldn't quite get the drive to the line. And Fahmi Bassam limits the damage to slipping a further 4 points behind. It could have been worse.
Could have been worse. There's an indication of the wind that we're talking about. I mean, it's beautiful when the palm trees are blowing, but it still makes a difference. You don't like that coming into your face as you're going up that back squiggle. Well, lots of celebrations going on, though.
Yeah, raucous celebrations going on, especially for the Zaya LFN team. They will feel relieved to have done that. We're ready to go to Daniel, who's with our race winner.
Bang Padil mana?
Dimas, it's a perfect weekend. Friday was good, this morning was good, and in the race it was a masterclass from you. Tell us about this weekend.
Alhamdulillah, saya sangat bersyukur sekali berada di podium pertama. Saya sangat terharu karena saya pertama kali juara 1 di Asia. Alhamdulillah dari perjuangan saya dari seri 1, seri 2, seri 3, alhamdulillah mendapatkan hasil terbaik. Saya sangat berterima kasih kepada mekanik, tim, kru, istri saya dan anak saya yang udah support datang ke sini. Orang tua saya, terutama untuk ayah yang kasih saya balap. Alhamdulillah, Dimas nomor 1 ayah, tetap semangat.
So he's saying he's grateful for the result that he got for his first win in the ARRC Championship. From round 1 to round 3, good results, and here finally he made it on the podium. Big thank you to the team, big thank you to his family at home, his wife, and a message to his father that he's won this race. Congratulations.
Wow. Emotions.
Yeah, just tumbled out at the end. He couldn't hold it back.
Terrific race.
Yeah, the vigor of those celebrations from the Zaya LFN team, well, because their man did manage to get them into P2.
Now, Fahmi Bassam, you know, he's come third in that, and he's still lost some ground in the championship standings to this fella. Gosh, even though it's not a win, he did make it 5 in a row. It's now 6 podiums in 7 races.
Dan juara kita dari Race Tech 60 Racing adalah Dimas Juliat Moko. And the best team for
Did you win, sir?
The tears have given way to jubilation for Dimas Juli.
Dan tentu saja tim juara kita adalah Race Tech 60 Racing.
The Race Tech 60 team will get the team
Ladies and
award.
gentlemen, please
And
rise
there's
for the
going to be
national
quite an
anthem
emotional
of
rendition of Indonesia Raya.
Kita berikan semangat
Once
kita
it
dengan lagu
comes
kebangsaan
to the airwaves.
Indonesia Raya. Now to present the winners' trophies, will I invite Stefan Maki Karpian, FIM Asia President, to
Indonesia 1, 2, 3.
Selaku Ketua Umum dari FIM Asia, Mr.
Stefan Maki Karapie, the FIM Asia President,
from Indonesia, Fami
will be handing out the awards to the top 3. And their consistency, Barry, in such a competitive field, with so many good competitors, particularly from Malaysia. But it's the Indonesians frequently over the top of the pile, normally Husni Zainal, sometimes Fahmi Bassam. But today, a new name. First time this season, Dimas Juli Atmoko.
We've seen him quick. He's been a great qualifier for third season in this championship. And 2023, I remember well, he was on pole position in Buriram. But now he has got the hang of winning races.
Edis Putra, Deputy Chairman of Motorcycle Sport, Ikatan Motor Indonesia, the IMI, to hand out the team award. Again, all the supporters of the Idemitsu FIM Asia Road Racing Championship, the support of organisations and sponsors, totally appreciated. Race Tech 60 Racing getting their moment in the spotlight.
Baik lagi kita boleh berikan tepuk tangan yang meriah hadirin sekalian kepada para juara-juara Underbone.
And hopefully some good headlines for Indonesia across social media and mainstream media in the papers tomorrow. Okay, what does that mean to the championship? Well, Husni Zainal increases his lead to 74 points. Fahmi Bassam picked up P3 here and still lost ground. Dimas Juliat Moko, he puts himself in genuine contention for P2 overall. Leapfrogs Ahmad Afif Amran and Akid Aziz, who did not finish and a 1 point has dropped off the pace. Aditya Fauzi crashed out. He's on 54. Gupita Krishna on 52. Wayu Ajit Trilaksana, he picked up double digits today to move on to 47 points, but it's a massive lead for Husni Zainal Fauzi in the championship standing. Looking good for Zir LFN HB 9690. Okay, after the chaos of the Underbone 150s, we move to the chaos of the AP 250s coming up after the break. The breeze is still there, the beauty of Mandalika is still there, the racing will be as competitive as ever. Don't go too far away. This is the FIM Asia Road Racing Championship from the Pertamina Mandalika International Circuit. Back in 2 minutes. LFN alongside Daniel Shami for Uma Racing Yamaha Asia, and Fadila Arbi, the championship leader for Astra Honda Racing in P3.
And on row 2 for TI Antares Racing Team, Reach Takahira is up there again, Galang Hendra Pratimar next to him, and Irfan Ardiansha for Maestro NWN SCK alongside of him.
Informed man Kritipat for Yamaha Thailand Racing in P7, bike 39. Chandra Hermawan for Yamaha Racing Indonesia, bike 88 in P8. And Mohammed Fadli, the fastest of the Kawasaki's. Great to see him on the third row of the grid.
And the exciting is Mick Mal for Victor Racing. Already won a race this season. He starts 10th. Next to him, Irfan Heikel. He was on pole this time last year. And the second of the Kawasaki's with Aiki Oshi starts 12th.
The exciting Cardinals Factory Racing man, Faris Putra Fadil, is on P13, bike 31. Chao Vietnam, we've not really spoken about him this year, but the Vietnamese in P14. Johans Mbeo on the Yamaha AMS Cardlos RRS team, bike 222 is in P15.
And a very warm welcome back to former champion Gary Salim. He starts 16th. Next to him, Kevin Kintal for Idemitsu Honda Racing India, and Gao Xiang for Team One for All starts 18th.
Avino Britano, the Indonesian, for Astra Honda Racing in P19 alongside Nguyen Hu Tri for Honda Racing Vietnam, and Aldiaz Aksal for Yamaha BAF Yamalube, the Indonesian, wears bike 69.
On row 8, qualifying 22nd, Shunshin Zhang for TY Antares. Next to him, Fadil Al-Ghassani Priyadi, and Alfred Jacob Saplaya starts 24th for SDG.
Johan Reeves Emmanuel for Idemitsu Honda Racing India is in P25 ahead of Nguyen Ton Ampu for Estremo User Asia. And Jazil Jaraimi from Singapore, Team ACR, bike 68 is in P27.
And finishing off, we have got Liu Guang Yuan and two riders beside him that are on the next page.
Oh, problem for Fadil Al-Ghassani. Last thing you want on the chain. Coming in late, bike 44.
Yeah, that is
Rich Takahira.
Threatening a podium. The Japanese rider for the Chinese team.
He's due one, you suspect. 10 laps of the circuit, AP 250. We are ready to go. The red lights are off, and we are underway for a fast start for Murabil Bitoni. Record-setting qualification, and off to a flyer, neat and tidy for bike 157. Yamaha looking good, but coming inside is Rich Takahira, but it's Murabil into the first corner, Byron Russell.
Yeah, another good start for Rich Takahiro from row 2. It's a good start for Galang as well on the number 56 Yamaha. Everybody away safely in this 30-rider field, but that was Murabil Bitoni making the most of that. Fadila Arbi coming up now to threaten his lead.
Just keeping an eye out for Izam Iqbal to see if bike number 124 was able to get off to a good start, because he was looking certainly at Sepang that he was coming into great form. Was it Mategi? No, it was Mategi got the race, wasn't it? Mategi got the first win. 93.
Yeah.
Now Fadila Arbi is the new race leader.
Yeah, he's got Chandra Hermawan just behind him. There's a whole gaggle of superstars there, and I think I saw Izam Iqbal in the top 5 there. Yeah, there he is, the 124, just going through to the right of your screen now for Victor Racing, so he did get away well.
Excellent, good work from Izam Iqbal in P5 at the moment. Murabil and Fadila. That's a gorgeous shot, they're coming away from the... That's not the route they meant to take.
Well, you're not supposed to go on the green. He managed to miss all of it, but on the wrong side.
Come round turn 16, the sharp right-hander that really does sort out so many issues, and Chandra's the man who's got himself into the lead.
Yeah,
leading the way, a bit of a procession. But they come through, not a lot to differentiate between the top few. It's Chandra from Murabil, from Fadila, from Galang Hendra, and Irfan Ardiansha. And as you say, Izam got himself up into the top 6. Your pal, Pretty Pat, in P7.
Yeah, and this is really good work by Galang Hendra as well. He's just going to get on the inside of Murable Vitoni as they go into turn 2, but he can't quite get there.
See the green of Van de Mohammed Fadli staying with this leading group. There's less than a second between 1 and 7, less than 2 seconds between 1 and 12.
On the straight there, I thought it was notable that RB got a really good drive out of turn 17, the final turn, and was able to take 2 places on the run down to turn 1.
Murable was just eased out there by Chandra.
And our friend, the man in black and pink, Irfan Ardiansha, is in the mix too, currently P4.
It's Arbi. He was in Hungary last week as a wild card. Bit of a change. What's the weather like in Hungary? It was warm, but not as warm as here, I suspect.
No, it was a nice sunny weekend. And he acquitted himself very, very well.
Kawasaki and Van de Mohammed Fadli is in that little group. Easy to spot the Kawasaki.
Yeah, further down than they would have hoped.
That's a shot that shows how congested that turn 16 can be. That is such a key moment on this circuit. Lap number 2 completed, and the championship leader, Fadila Arbi Aditama, on the Honda leads the way, but not from much. It's 2/10 clear of Murabil, and Galang Hendra also up there.
Really good on the brakes once again, reached Takahira. We've seen him at the front in several races, although he has tended to fade, so let's see if he can stay with the pace for the full race distance this time.
Kecepatan has stayed the way. Daniel Shami hasn't really built upon the stirringly good time he put in qualification. He's in the top 10, so he's not a million miles away, but this front 6, Barry, just beginning to ease away. Includes Irfan in that, but is Kecepatan in that group?
Yes, he's currently 6th.
7.
Oh, and Gao Jiang for Team One for All. That's his second crash of the day. He had a crash in qualifying, so he trudges out of harm's way. Unfortunate for the Chinese rider.
Hopefully he hasn't left too much debris in the middle of the circuit.
Murabil doing a really good job, starting from pole. Currently very much in the mix on the LFN Yamaha in P3. Fadila Arbi doing a fantastic job with the rev cut of staying at the front. Daniel Shami just having a tussle with Irfan Ardiansha. Reached Takahira in 2nd currently.
The Japanese, bike number 44 for TY Antara's racing team, the Privateers. Even though we're strictly neutral, there's always a little cheer when a privateer is looking to be competitive, and that's exactly what's happening here. As Rich Takahira goes through in P2 behind Fadila Arbi, the championship leader, chasing a 4th win of the season, but with the rev cuts, it's that much more difficult.
Yeah, this is impressive work by Arbi. Reached Takahira. It looks like the color, well, it is the color scheme of a Honda, but it's actually a Yamaha for TY Antares. Murable Vitoni sitting there comfortably in 3rd.
Definitely a Yamaha. And Chandra, he's given a little knock there once again to Murabil. That's a couple of times those two have come close. Just wondering if there is a bit of history between them.
And Galang staying there as well. Izam Iqmal just easing himself into was that P4 or 5?
Yeah, Izam Iqmal, yellow helmet, bike 124. He's got himself ahead of Chandra, but Fadila's still the man leading the way from Murable Vitoni. Nobody, of course, able to make a break. Switching positions, you just...
Yeah, it's a big ask to run away from this category, as it is in Underbones. Such huge fields we've got in these 2 categories.
Bottom end of the course, tail end of lap number 3. Have to go a long way round there. There's a reach Takahira. That gives you a better line into the final turn, the left, and then you accelerate towards the line. It's Murabil in the lead once again from the championship leader, ARRC. And Takahira in P3 with the fastest lap so far.
Yeah, Reach Takahira got pole position in the TVS Asia One Make Championship here last year. So he does go very well. And as we move towards half race distance, he's hanging in there very nicely indeed. Murabil just dropping back to P4.
Less than a second between, well, less than 3/4 of a second between 1 and 7. Daniel Shami just trying to close that gap, not too far away, but that first gaggle of racers 1 to 11 have got away from Gary Salim and the Kawasaki of Aiki, who's the best of the Kawasaki's. And Mohammed Fadli just got ahead of his teammate.
Yeah, it's a shame that they are as far down as they are.
But it's catchable.
Yeah, it's catchable. Yeah, Aiki was second quickest in one of the free practice sessions yesterday.
1:47.1, the fastest time out on the circuit. Takahira.
No,
Slapping pretty quickly. And tell you what,
yeah,
that front 7 have been caught up.
Yeah, this is a growing group at the front.
And Gaggle chasing Harvey. He's been brave, he's led from the front.
That is... It's obviously one of the Indonesian Yamahas. Couldn't quite see who that was.
Takahira and Chandra, they're the latest to challenge Arbi.
Yeah, Honda, Yamaha, Yamaha, Yamaha. Yamaha, Yamaha, Yamaha. Yamaha.
I think Fadila is the man flying the flag for country and for manufacturer.
Yes, indeed.
And he's doing a fine job of it. Fadila leads the way still, bike number 93. He won in Buriram.
Oh, and down goes Vitoni. Murabil Vitoni is down. He was nudged there by Chandra. Hopefully he's all right. That was a very fast get off. And rolled through the gravel.
Smacked into the gravel.
We'll take another look at that, but I don't think that was of his own doing.
Well, I was saying before, he and Chandra have had a couple of comings together.
Chandra was the other rider involved, absolutely right. Chandra is still there, chasing 88, chases 44. And they are chasing Galanghendra, and a little gap at the front has opened up for the brilliant and the opportunistic RB.
Galanghendra, 28 years of age, experienced campaigner, but just overtaken there by the more youthful Reach Takahira. Well, Arbi somehow is pulling away from the rest here. Now, whether or not they were distracted by the Murabil incident, but the gap is 0.7 of a second for Fadila Arbi Aditama on the Honda. Takahira, Chandra, and behind them 56 Galanghendra are in a gaggle for P2. Nizam Iqbal, Daniel Shami and Kritipat in the battle for P5. Faris Putra's also joined that.
Yeah, Kritipat needs to find something here.
He can't race away from here, surely.
With 2 rev cuts, it's a big ask, but we already know his quality. Ooh, aggressive there from Galanghendra. Just trying to get inside Chandra, but Chandra having none of it. Reach Takahira doing a very good job there.
I'm waiting for an update on Murabil Vitoni, because he hit the gravel pretty hard after this incident.
Let's take another look here. I think Chandra hit the rear wheel. Let race direction have a look at that. Rubel's clear of the bike, so no huge danger there. I suspect shaken but not broken.
Well, we hope so. If we get an update, we'll bring you as soon as possible about Mobile Batoni.
There is Ketat, the number 39 for Yamaha Thailand Racing Team.
Well, now would be a good time to get himself involved in this battle. He's still only a second down, and they've managed to catch up. Takehiro's caught up that gap on Arbi. And behind them, 57, Daniel Shami still hanging in there. And also Faraz Putra, bike number 31 for the Cardinals team.
This is the best we've seen of Faraz and Cardinals this season. Very promising stuff. Faraz Putra qualified on pole position in the Underbone category last year.
Just 5 points accumulated for Faraz Putra so far this year, so by some distance this is his best performance. And a couple of DNFs. Yeah. Still at the tail end of that group of 8, but nonetheless he's in that group of 8. Led by Ardila.
Yeah.
Adila, sorry.
Good work at the front. You would think with a rev cut that he might have hung back, but he's immediately cut back inside on Chandra, and Ketat is on the move, just a few bikes behind, so he's getting himself within reach now.
As is Isam Iqbal, privateer for Victor Racing in P5, bike 124. It's building up nicely, this. It was 30, now it's down to 8. And all the while chasing Fadila Arbi Aditama from Astra Honda Racing Team, bike number 93.
Yeah, nothing to choose between these, but Fadila really impressing here. And Ketat threatening Daniel Shami. Ketat 39, Daniel 57.
Daniel Shami up to P4 with the fastest lap time so far.
That is for Uma Racing, the first time we've seen Uma Racing in AP250s.
Daniel Shami's another who's chasing his first podium of the season. So we're seeing a couple of competitors here now getting to grips as we come into the second half of the season. Chandra is another.
Ketat in P5 now. Just a little gap back to Isam Iqbal and Galang Hendra and Faraz Putra.
The crash on Murable Batoni is under investigation, but the front 5 are just beginning to pull away. Isam needs to make a move. Galang Hendra has been dropped. We see that so often. Galang's so competitive for the first half of races, and then for some reason seems to get dropped. Same happening here with Isam Iqbal.
Yeah, behind them, there you can see that gap back to Galang Hendra. Galang Hendra just signalled for the 2 riders behind him to follow and not try to overtake him. But Isam Iqbal isn't listening. He's just gone through on the experienced Indonesian.
Then Galland was taking that shortcut. He's done that a few times. They come round turn 16. Keep a lookout for Ketat. Ketapat's the man in form. 2 wins in the last 3 races, 3 podiums in his last 5 races.
Yeah, he's timing things well. As we get onto the final lap, he is within just a hair's breadth of the lead.
A real showdown coming up. There is Ketat, 39, moves into P3 ahead of Takahira. That could be the man to keep an eye out. Chandra, bike 88, on the back of the championship leader Fadila Arbi on Astra Honda Racing. It's the Honda leading all the Yamahas. Will it be that at the finish?
Reach Takahira, can he keep Ketat at bay and get his first podium? Oh, Daniel Shami recovered back up onto that group. It's threatening as well, but what a race so far this has been for Arbi.
Well, he's led virtually the whole way. He's certainly been in the leading group all the way.
Yeah.
Kecepatan makes a move once again inside Takahira. He's in P3. It's Chandra who's in P2, but it's Fadila Arbi still leading the way and pulling away as Takahira. Not only Takahira, two are tumbled out. Big moment. That makes life easier. Takahira is out. That's number one. It means Fadila Arbi is able to move forward.
Red mist, I think, therefore, reached Takahira. Unfortunate for him as we get to the closing stages here, Des.
Indeed it is, and look at this. Fadila Arbi is able to move in ahead of Kecepatan. Kecepatan is pushed wide. Fadila Arbi coming in for win number 4 of the season. Rev cut or not, Fadila Arbi Aditama takes the victory in race number 1. In P2, just behind him, was that 57?
Yes, Daniel Sharmi.
Daniel Sharmi comes through to take P2 ahead of Kecepatan. Oh, but real drama right at the end. Galang Hendra P4, Faraz Putra comes in P5.
And that is a long line of Yamahas that Fadila has beaten. Absolute delight there for Daniel Sharmi, finishing second. He dropped back earlier, so he worked really hard in that race to get himself back on terms, and he converted it into a P2. First podium for him, and in this category for Uma Racing, congratulations to them.
But that last lap, the crash, Chandra taken out.
Yeah. We'll have another look at that, I'm sure, but reached Takahira, desperate to get a podium. Just got a little too heated.
There was just nowhere to go, but by that time, Fadila Arbi, who'd been in the lead for much of this race, now he's acknowledging, well, his rivals.
Chandra's going to come under, he's going to get some attention for 2 incidents in that race.
I think Chandra was the innocent party, certainly in the second incident. Yeah, on the official timing, we're saying bike number 88 involved in a couple of incidents. But there's your result. Fadila Arbi Aditama, 4th win of the season out of 7. 7/10 clear of Daniel Sharmi, first podium for him. Kecepatan just edged out on the last corner. Galang Hendra up in the points. Faraz Putra for the first time in double digits on 11 points. Isam Iqbal, another good day for Victor Racing Team. He's in P6. Irfan Ardiancia, the man in black for the SCK Honda Racing Team, in P7. And Davino Brittani, the second Astra Honda Racing. Iyoshi wins the Battle of the Kawasaki's ahead of Andy Mohammed Fadli. Just 300s between them. That was a bit of fun. Gary Salem, welcome back for MS Glow for Men Racing Team. Bike 99 in 11. Al Diaz Axal on bike 69 in 12. Chao Vietnam, a quiet day for the Vietnamese in P13. Van Heikel for SCK Honda in 14. And Hu Tri on the second Honda Racing Vietnam, picking up a single point. Johan Reeves Emmanuel for Idemitsu Honda Racing India out of the points, as is Sun Cheng from TY Antares. Jazil Jaraimi, good performance for the Singaporean to get up into P18. Got to the better of Johan Zambeo ahead of Leong Nang Tse for Victor Racing. The Hong Kong racer got the better of China's Guang Guan. Chandra, well, he crashed out on the very last lap, as did Rich Takahira. Murabul Vitoni was taken out in an incident 5 laps from home. Kevin Quintal also didn't finish the race, neither did Musyavi. Ton Ampu, Sablaya 7 laps down. Gao Jiang, we saw him crash out very early on for Team One for All, 2 laps into this race.
None other than Fadila Arbi Aditama, championship leader, and now he extends his points lead again. Arbi, it's another brilliant race from your masterclass. When you were leading, there was a gap for a moment and then it closed back, and on that last lap you pulled the pin. But I was looking at your tire, it looks absolutely cooked, and your bike ran out of fuel, I think. So talk us through this race.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to push very hard from the beginning because I know I had a chance to pull a gap, and also I have a good pace. So I tried, and then I realized the wind is very strong this afternoon, and then yeah, I try to find something else. Maybe try to manage a little bit the pace on the mid race, and then yes, of course, on the last lap, I just my pit crew tell like just go crazy, so I just go full, yeah. And then my tire, I destroy a little bit of tire because with this bike it has super good handling, and then I can go like very fast in the mid corner, so I try to push. And syukur alhamdulillah, thank you so much to Astra Honda Racing team, to all the sponsors, to the mechanic. It's incredible race. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, RB. Congratulations.
So last lap drama once again. We've had that in the last two races that we've had. I'm expecting more as well in the two that we've got still ahead. We've got the ASB 1000s coming up next. We've got the Supersport 600cc. Do not go away. We've got some real high-powered motor racing action coming your way. This is the Asia Road Racing Championships. We're in Lombok at the Mandalika circuit. We'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes' time.
Yeah, and half a second covering the first 6 qualifiers.
Here's the starting grid. Wahyu Nugroho, we saw him spin off, but we also saw him have a very, very quick lap on the Yamaha for Yamaha Racing Indonesia. He's on pole. Kazma Daniel Kazmudin for Hong Leong Yamaha in P2. And Fairozi Turkotula for Yamaha Racing Indonesia in P3.
And row 2, we've got another emerging rookie, Herjanatna Firdaus for Astra Honda. Next to him, coming into form, Sharifuddin Azman. And outside of him, Karel Idampawi, his teammate for Idemitsu Honda Racing Malaysia.
There's some big names. If Anupab Sarmoon is down at P7, bike number 500 for Yamaha Thailand Racing Team, and the championship leader Adnan Taputra for Astra Honda in P8, alongside Helmi Azman. Gosh, that's a strong row 3, isn't it?
It certainly is. It certainly is. And on row 4, starting 10th is Kitsadar Tanachop for Honda Racing Thailand. Rocco Sessler really found some speed yesterday, but he starts 11th today, and McKinley Carl Paz starts 12th.
Serious competitors here. Tanat Longplio from Honda Racing Thailand in 13. Bimaseki for MS Glow for Men Racing Team. He's a wild card today, but knows this circuit very well. That's a familiar face to ARRC. And Reza Danica Arans, Astra Honda Racing, down in P15.
And Jakrapat Pudisan qualified 16th for Honda Racing Thailand. And next to him, Shah Juntong, he starts 17th for Victor Racing Team.
Well, I would say there's
They were the first two in the championship last year on P3 and P4.
12 laps of the circuit. We're on board with Rocco Sessler, the German sensation. Red lights, top of the screen. Again, a long start. Red lights are on. All systems go. The man who was fastest, Wahyu Nugroho, is under pressure from Kazma Daniel. And Kazma Daniel, bike number 27, just can't get ahead. And Wahyu Nugroho has continued his fabulous weekend and leads into turn 1.
Yeah, that was a really good start from Herjanatna from row 2 as well. And then it's Kazma. Let's just pick the riders out now. Adananta has come up from row 3 into P4.
Herjan, quite right, he's got himself nicely into P2. Astra Honda can do things so well. Not surprised to see their riders up at the front, but Wahyu Nugroho, he had a podium last time out. He was second at Motegi in race number 2, so really beginning to hit his straps nicely. Oh, there's no space through there. Well, there was. Oh, that was tight. Kazma, well, had to pull up, and Kazma drops from P3 down to P5.
Yeah, that wasn't quite threading a needle, but it was brilliant work by Adananta, the championship leader.
Wasn't it? It's calling leaving the braking late as you possibly can. He's taking a completely different line as they comes squealing round turn 16.
Yeah, Adrenalin just where he needs to be. He's just gone inside his teammate, Hurjan. And down goes Anupam.
1, 2, 3.
And down goes Helmi. And who's the other rider?
Anupam is on. Helmi, as you right called it. On his knees, cannot believe it. Anupam gets up. Helmi Asman gets up. It's the third guy.
Yeah, Sharafuddin
Asman.
Ooh. Okay, so let's just see here. We're looking at number 44. He's not involved, but just behind him, it looks as though Anupam was clipped from behind. That could have been by Sharafuddin Asman. I don't think it was Helmi. It was just outside the camera shot there. But it looked as though Anupam was skittled from behind. Well, frustration, because there was two...
That's 2-2 to the teammates.
Two teammates down then.
Sharafuddin, he was cursing the heavens. In the meantime, Wyatt Nugroho, unconcerned by what goes on behind him, it just makes life a little bit easier. Adrenalin Putra, to his credit, from P8, he's got himself right on the tail of Wyatt Nugroho.
Yeah, Hurjan doing a good job just behind him. So this is quite big implications for the championship.
Massive. Anupam has just got to recover, get something out of this, particularly as Adrenalin is now up at the front.
See if he can get back on. Rosie Torikatula still in a good position there in P4. So there goes Wyatt Nugroho.
Lovely scream as they come past us in the commentary area right above the start-finish line.
Kasma, after a good start, down in P6 on the Hongyong Yamaha.
Well, he was bumped and pushed out of the way, bullied a little bit by Adrenalin Putra.
He was, yeah.
Adrenalin has kept on going. So
there
this
goes
is Helmi.
Yeah.
Well, at least get some data for tomorrow. Maybe in a 17 stronger grid.
Yeah, there goes
Might pick up a point.
Yeah. Tanner, they're going through, trying to go through. I think that was on Kasma. Wyatt Nugroho, what a good job he's doing from pole position to lead this race. Don't think we've seen him lead a race yet.
No, he was chasing. Got into P2 last P2 last time. Yeah. He was chasing all the while. And now he's chasing again. Oh, sorry, no, now he's leading.
Now he's leading, and he looks quite comfortable there. And Ferozi looks quite comfortable getting up the inside, but then he's gone wide of the wily Kasma Daniel, who just takes that place back without any effort whatsoever.
10 laps to go. The gap between 1 and 6 is less than 1.5 seconds. Ferozi is 6th. Carrington Powie also in the mix, as is Razor Danica Ahrens.
Yeah. Well, you right on the limit there. Foot off the peg as he went through turn 1, but he didn't lose any time. So good work from the determined Adrenalin. Let's see if Hurjan stay with the two ahead of him.
And he's under real pressure, isn't he? The two Astra Hondas on the back of the Yamaha. And Tanat, yeah, you're quite right. Oh, right, Adrenalin decides. He's been aggressive today, Adrenalin.
He is, and he had an absolutely massive crash yesterday. Completely totaled his Honda. Which took Astra Honda about 1 hour to rebuild. Got him ready for the next practice session. Adrenalin himself completely unruffled by it, as we can see. Wyatt Nugroho not giving up yet.
He's taking a different line through that part of the circuit each time. Very, very aggressive, tight line from Adnan to Putra. Version Atner is in there. Behind them, Tanat Longpliao is forced very wide, Tanat.
I think that was an error there by Tanat. He was trying to get past Hergen, but in the end he lost out and slipped back. Another place.
Adaranta, the leader. 1/3 of the way through the race, but Waya Nugroho wants to get in there. Kazma Daniel, 27. Okay, he's recovered from that sticky start. Recovered from that little bit of bullying. Let's see if he can put in a decent lap time. He's 3rd in the championship standings. He's got a 1 win to his name already this year. Gonna have to work hard to get another, but he's in a better position than he was at the end of the first lap.
Adrenalin, best lap so far. But most of these riders put in their best lap last time around, as you'd expect, as the fuel load lightens. Waya Nugroho, Indonesian Yamaha, gets alongside Indonesian Honda, but nice and calm. Adrenalin holds it. As Daniel looks on behind from Hergen Atner. Hergen holding up very well. We know his quality from 250s. And now he's got the confidence from having a very good couple of days here at Mandalika. Tanat threatening, but made two or three errors, which has put him back further than he would like to be.
But still in contention, definitely. It's, what, 0.6 of a second between P1 and P6, Khalid and Pawi. Although Khalid and Pawi, I think, is going to have a penalty. He exceeded the pit outspeed. Oh, he might have a long lap penalty. That's bike 44.
That's very much a rookie error from a very experienced and accomplished racer.
Keep an eye on Kazma. It just looks like he's in the mood today. Second in qualifying. I know you liked his work earlier on today. I know you're a big fan of Kazma.
Yeah, he does look good. And a couple of seasons of frustration. There is Rocco Sessler.
He was very quick in practice 1 and practice 2.
Yeah, second fastest of the day on combined times yesterday.
Out to the reckoning here though, in P12 at the moment, Rocco Sessler, as we follow the front 4.
Yeah, back in front. Good fight from him. That was third season too for Adrenalin. But Adrenalin has made his way up in a much more progressive, linear way than Waya Nugroho has. There's the number 99, Dimas Eki. Hergen is getting some attention now from the Malaysian number 27 behind him.
You get the impression that they're all just biding their time. Kazma, with 6 laps to go, we're at the midway point. Behind them, Khalid and Pawi, 44. That's a quick time, a 1:38.191 from Khalid and Pawi. That's the fastest lap so far.
Yeah, it's good to see. Hopefully he is coming back into form. Best result we saw was at Sepang when he got a P2.
Combination of that fastest lap, sorry to cut over here. Combination of that fastest lap from Kip.
Well, back in 2023, you'll remember, Des, he was the rider to beat.
Absolutely. He's a big name in Malaysia. Moving on to the big stage. 5th at the moment. The man leading the way, Waya Nugroho. Kip has to be aware of Tanat Longpliao just behind him. Kitsada's also there. Well, we got 2 Yamahas and 5 Hondas in the first 7. Fairozi a little bit off the pace, 4/10 down in 8th.
Yeah, the gap opening up behind Kip, back to Tanat.
Yamaha leads the way, bike 89. And 2 Astra Hondas of Adrenalin Putra and Herjan Atna Ferdaus. P2 and P3, 5 laps to go. Herjan has just set a quick time, which Kitsada has just beaten, a 1:38.0. They're racking it up as Herjan goes on the inside of Adananta.
Nicely done. Clean as a whistle. Not in awe whatsoever of his championship leading teammate. Two rookies in P1 and P2.
Right, this is Anupam Sarmo down in P14. He came a cropper in that 3-man tangle. But he's looking to pick up points. He's in a good position. Helmi Asman is in P16. Will have to do well. Oh, that's your teammate.
Three abreast, the 3 Indonesians, giving no quarter whatsoever, and Herjan has come out of that best. Adananta looking aggressive as ever.
Wayu, he has to be aware now of Kazma right on his tail. Karen and Powie just there, and then the 2 tyres, Tanat and Kitsada. Are they close enough? They're not far behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You add Fairozi Tokatullah, 3rd in qualification, so clearly quick.
Yeah, Kitsada has done well to come up from his starting position.
A new fastest time, McKinley Kalpaz, who we've not really mentioned, but the Filipino in P9. He's posted a 1:37.9. The first inside 1:38.
Ooh. And that is, I was looking at the timing screen there, but well, it's an Astra Honda, and
it's Herjan.
Yeah, it is Herjan. It's
Herjan Atna.
It's a tall figure, so he's gone down.
Herjan Atna is down, having been in the lead. Adrenalin Putra now under pressure from the 2 Yamahas as Kazma smuggles his way into the lead and then loses it. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, so you can see the level that these guys are riding at, because Herjan was looking absolutely superb. Adananta now. Groho just in second, but very much under threat from Kazma Daniel and Kitsada, who's had a quiet, he's very quiet in Motegi, almost went missing, but coming back really strongly now. And Kip, Karolid and Powie finding form as well after a quiet first half of the season.
Underbone action on 600 Supersports, not bad. So competitive, this whole competition. Wainagroho leads the way on the Yamaha ahead of Adananta. Kazma Daniel looks like he's got straight line speed. Went past Adananta on the straight, but then is then caught up later braking from the Astra Honda.
Yeah. So Wainagroho, this is a really polished performance from Wayu. He started from pole position, of course. Now Kip is into a podium position ahead of his Malaysian rival, Kazma. This is really boiling up nicely.
Well, that's Herjan crashing out. Just shows you how on the edge these guys are. It looks as though they're just jockeying for position, but they're lapping inside the 1:37s. That's the fastest time for McKinley Kalpaz, mid 1:38s. They're on the limit.
So Karolid and Powie shaping up for perhaps second podium finish of the season.
It's your money I'm putting on that, not mine. That could be you perm any 3 of this front 6. Do you include Ferozi in there as well? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And yeah, our friend McKinley Kalpaz coming on to the back of that group as well, as you said, Des. He's moving very rapidly. 2 laps to go after this one.
As they squeal past us, 2 laps to go. Nugroho, look at the gap. 0.7 between 1 and 5. 1.5 between McKinley Paz in 8th.
As we say, this is coming to the boil.
Turn 16 is going to be chaotic, to say the least.
And Adenanta has been very close to the front all the way through.
Having started 8th.
Impressive, yeah, from Mr. Saturday.
But it's Nugroho who's been fabulous all weekend, leading the way. Behind them, 44, Carolyn Powie, as you say, is due a podium. He's got that quality. Kitsada's there, Tanat's there, Fairosi's there, Kyle Paz is there.
Kitsada coming back into form for Honda Racing Thailand.
Nugroho fastest through sector 3. It's only by 0.02 of a second, 1,000 of a second. So they're all lapping pretty quickly. Mid 138s while racing. So this is the rehearsal for the race into the line on the final lap. Nugroho leads. We've got the 2 Hondas squealing behind him.
At all these riders, it's Nugroho who's spent less time at the pointy end of the field. Let's see how he withstands the pressure here. It's going to come hard and fast from the man behind him, Adenanta Putra, and down goes
Carolyn
Powie.
Oh.
Out of contention, looking good for a podium. Ends in disappointment. That promotes Kazma into P3.
Just lost it at the wrong time, Carolyn Powie. And now Adenanta shows his aggression. Nugroho decides that I need to respond. Behind them, Kazma Daniel looks behind. He's got the twin Thai threat behind him. In fact, inside goes 31 Tanat. Tanat moves into P3, but only for a corner. Nugroho leads the way. This is where Adenanta can really try to make his move, Barry Russell.
And here he comes up the inside. Oh, this is so tight. Nugroho not giving up. He's got the right line coming into this left-hander.
Nugroho, bike 89, has the lead. Kazma in P3, the 2 Thais behind him. Fairozi also in that mix as they come into turn 16. Nugroho from pole position. Can he hold the line? I think that was Kazma pushed wide. On the inside, Adenanta Putra. Adenanta, can he hold it? Adenanta Putra! Fantastic victory for the championship leader. 4th of the season on the final turn, Barry Russell.
Massive for the championship. Anupam Somun out. And another race win for Adenanta Putra from Nugroho. Fantastic race from Wayu. And Ferozi Torikatula on the podium in Supersport for the first time.
Ferozi, it's finally glory for you in the Supersport 600 on the podium. 3rd place for you. And it was a tough battle. The front 3 looked like they were running away, but right at the end there, you closed the gap. You fought hard and you managed to get there. Tell us about this race.
Yeah, for the first, thanks to Allah. Terima kasih kepada Allah telah memberikan saya rezeki. And yes, I don't know what to say, but I'm very happy. I'm very happy, but this is first time for me in 600 in the podium. And thank you so much to my family, to my father, my wife. And yeah, I'm stay focused in the race. And until the last lap, I try to push. And alhamdulillah, I get the in the before the last corner, and I was number 3. Yeah, I thank you to Allah. And I'm very sad, but my mom not see me in here. But I'm very happy. But yeah, thank you to my team, my family, all.
Thank you so much, Ferozi. Congratulations to you. Now in 2nd place, Parisi Stay from Yamaha Racing Indonesia, Wahyu Nugroho. They're sharing a moment right now between the pair of them celebrating. Big cheers for Yamaha Racing Indonesia. We're just waiting for Wahyu to come over here. So Wahyu, it was an intense battle. You had your moments, but my oh my, behind you guys there were so many crashes as well. So it was really intense. Adinanta, really, that overtake on the last lap was unbelievable. So tell us about this race. How was it at the end?
Yeah, it was incredible race. It's wonderful, and I enjoyed the race. And congratulations to Nanta and my teammate Veros. This is the first time also. I know how it feels. Yeah, it was very tough, but it's fun. Let's do more tomorrow.
Can't wait to see it. Congratulations to you and the team. And race winner here in Mandalika for round 4, Muhammad Adinanta Putra. We're just trying to get Adinanta over here for an interview. He's sharing a wonderful moment with his mom. So Adinanta, it was a race with so many overtakes. It looked like a 250cc race, which you were very good at. So tell us, I mean, that overtake at the last turn, I don't think many people would think to overtake that. How did you manage to find that space?
Very incredible race. I'm very happy. Thank you to my family, my father, my mom, and also my girlfriend, and also all who support me this weekend. Also my team, my mechanic, and Ueno-san. Thank you for helping me a lot, because yeah, you know, yesterday and also in this morning qualifying, I was struggle a lot. Yesterday I crashed in FP2, and then I got a bad feeling. And then I try to give spirit to myself, and then try to focus. Yeah, actually the race was still the setting not so perfect for me, because still yeah, many times like slide and almost crash. But finally now I'm the winner, and I'm very happy, because this is also very important for my championship point. So after this I will try to discuss with my team for tomorrow in race 2, and I will push more tomorrow. See you. Thank you.
Can't wait, Adinanta. Good, congratulations and good luck for tomorrow.
A crazy Supersport 600cc race, number 7 of 12 of the season at the Asia Road Racing Championships. Mandalika providing real entertainment. A good start from Wahyu Nugroho, a very decent start also out from Kazma Daniel, but the really aggressive start came from Adinanta Putra. Starting in P8, the number 21 was quickly into the top 3 by Russell.
Yeah, that was a fantastic start from Adinanta. You could see the determination. He was just going up the inside there of Hergen, who had a fantastic race until he crashed, but we didn't quite see what caused that, but it looked like Anubhav had his rear wheel taken out.
Yeah, that was 2 Idemitsu Hondas taken out at the same time, hence the look. And then this is Hergen at the bike number 46 coming through and really looking the part at Supersport 600, really for the very, very first time. But you did mention he would crash out later, and it was a bit of a mystery on what really happened to Hergen.
Yeah, there he was. We had at one point, we had the 2 rookies, Hergen and Wahyu, leading the race from Adinanta. There is Hergen at the front. So good to see at this point anyway.
Our focus is on Wahyu Nugroho, and then suddenly Hergen just gets that one wrong. We needed a first take and a second take to see was it Hergen, because he was riding so well. Kazma decided he wants to come in. At this stage, Kazma Daniel looked good. But Kazma would drop down to P7, then Wahyu Nugroho looked good. Wahyu would drop down to P2. Another crash, Khalid and Powie goes out. It was mayhem.
Absolutely bonkers. Daniel said like a 250 race, maybe even like an Underbone race. The action was incredible.
Down to the very, very final corner. Tanat comes in. Kazma is pushed just a little bit wide. Kazma goes from P3 to P7 as they come round turn number 16. That's Kazma's race cook. And then on to the final corner. Adinanta late onto the brakes, accelerates through and takes the victory. Win number 4. He said he had a difficult weekend. If that's a difficult weekend, I'll have one of them every weekend, thank you.
So would he.
And Mum was there and Dad was there to enjoy it. Fairozi Torikatullah, he's a happy man. His first podium. The man who's enjoying the weekend no matter what. Why Nugroho, his podium as well. Back-to-back P2s for him. And applause for a fourth win of the season for Asta Honda Racing's Adrenanta Putra. Yeah, you can showboat now, Adrenanta. Absolutely. Thoroughly deserved. And Asta Honda will pick up the team award and will get the awards made after the national anthem of Indonesia, Indonesia Raya. It's been a very good sporting day for Indonesia. Good news on the sporting arena for the nation. Adrenanta Putra, fabulous race. Mr. Takashi Urabe, the President Director for PT Idemitsu Group Indonesia, will be handing out the winner presentation, winner awards.
From Indonesia, Wahyu Nugroho.
And they've been such good competitors all the way through. It's really good to see them on the podium.
Yeah, the contrasting styles there between Ferozi and his teammate Wahyu. Really, he's such a fighter, Ferozi.
Yes.
It's just pure joy for Wahyu.
And every time the athletes, they say, I'd like to thank my family. For once, the family are here to see it.
Yeah.
Stan Yasuhiro, FIM Asia Vice President, to hand out the team award to Asta Honda Racing Team. There's another award to put on their mantelpiece, which will be creaking under the weight.
Now we'd like to invite Mr. Hideaki Hattori and Dr. Stan Yasuhiro to take a photo with our race winners.
And the glamour shot, the trophy shot, the glory shot, the Indonesia ballet shot.
And a big thank you once again to Mr. Hideaki Hattori and Dr. Stan Yasuhiro for presenting the awards.
Expect all three to be there or thereabouts in tomorrow's race as well. As we look at the overall standings, and it's really good for Adrenanta Putra. He's increased his lead to 28 points over Anupab Samun, who at least got 4 points for a P12 finish. Waina Grohu moves within 10 of Anupab. Kasma Daniel, well, he slips down. He had a chance of a top 3 place, finished P7 today. McKinley Kalpaz improved throughout this season for Hongleong Yamaha Racing. Helmi Asman on the Idemitsu Honda picked up a point. Will it be? Three fascinating interviews there from Daniel Bogus, and you can see the rivalry between Arbe and Hafiz. They're kind of eyeballing each other, and they're thinking about each other. Remember, this is a 5-way battle for the championship, and yet it only seems to be about 2.
Yeah, it does. Here's the grid.
Hafiz on the first row of the grid, on the Ducati for JDT Racing Team. He does have momentum, 3 podiums in the last 4 races. Kito Arbe, championship leader. 4 podiums in the last 5 races, but only 1 win apiece. Lachlan Epis, first, I think, front row for Lachlan for Savitar Team Asia. Great to see the BMW there. He was very good this morning. There's your front row.
Yes, indeed. And Apiwat Wongtananon really making that A1 Energy BMW start to work now here at Mandalika. Next to him, the ever-competitive Nakarena Chirapuvapat, one of the 5 championship contenders, and alongside him, also on a Honda, Zakwan Zaidi.
Hasan Shahkan Razaman left qualifying a little bit late, but the BMW is always quick and within a second of the fastest. Astra Honda Racing's Andy Farid is the hard down in P8. Azroi Hakim Anwar Idemitsu Honda Racing Malaysia, a double winner at Sepang. He's down in P9, but capable of getting up.
And on row 4, we've got Cameron Dunker, who's ailing a little bit today, having had food poisoning, I believe, last night. Next to him, British Joe Francis, and outside of him, Chiu Yu Zhou will start 12th.
12 on the grid. 13 laps of the Mandalika circuit. We are underway. Hafiz and Kito Arbe go wheel to wheel. Arbe so quick, everybody quick off the line. Also quick off the line was Zakwan Zaidi, but the man who comes through, it's the BMW, makes the way forward. What a start that is. Oh, he's flown away.
Well, there you have it. Aslan Shah from row 3, straight into the lead at turn 1. He got the whole shot.
You mentioned the BMWs, you mentioned he's being quick. Well, that was super quick.
That was, yeah, his pace has been great. That wasn't about pace, that was just about getting the start absolutely perfect. He's got Nakarin behind him. He's come up from row 2, and this is bad news.
Apiwat.
Because Apiwat is in pit lane.
One BMW flies, the other static.
That's really bad news, just as we were saying that things were going right.
Azroi Hakim Anwar, also a flying start as well. He got up into P4, from P9 to P4. And in the meantime, Arbe is being dropped to, gosh, Arbe is 1, 2, 3, 8. Lachlan Epis, 7th.
Yeah, so those two, starting from the front of the grid, P2 and 3 respectively, they've gone backwards in this early stage.
Hafiz Sharin moves to P2. Chip Nakarin, the new race leader. The big BMW, difficult to handle. Right then, Hafiz, straight line speed. Oh, that was a bellow of noise from the Ducati of Hafiz Sharin, end of the first lap. And that is a statement, that is from Hafiz.
Yeah, not such a surprising one. I mean, those Hondas are really fast too, but Hafiz got really good drive out of turn 17. And now he's leading them into sector 2.
Well, Chip Nakarin has gone with him. Nakarin had a Puvapat on the Honda.
Yeah, Nakarin started from the middle of the second row, but his qualifying time was only a couple of tenths off.
Here's Arbe.
Yeah.
He's alongside Lachlan Epis. Closes the door on him and then lets Arbe through.
Yeah, those two start line underperformers to get on the pace, get themselves back in contact. Kito Arbe is a very good racer, but he's got quite a lot of ground to make up there. You can see from that shot.
So Cameron Dunker, the number 12, also making a beeline. He's got himself into P6 as Dunker on the Yamaha. He didn't look well earlier on, did he? Bit of food poisoning, but he's back on the bike as Arbe tries to recover from a desperately poor start.
Yeah, Zakuan challenging Aslan for P3. He'll stay put for the time being. A long, long way to go.
His control have said the start was clear, so no problems for anybody to worry about, other than the fact that, well, if you're Keto Arbe, you're 6 places behind Hafiz Sharin. Arbe is the championship leader on 101 points. Hafiz Sharin Abdullah is on 92. Azroy Hakim 91. Nakarin Atirapuvapat on 88. Zakuan Zaidi 85.
Yeah, despite the pace all weekend of Hafiz, Nakarin being kind of midfield, Nakarin really keeping the Malaysian star honest. Gatti versus Honda, they're both runty, fast machines.
From Dunlop, the news has come in of what the tyre wear is, and it's interesting that Hafiz has gone for hard compound on front and rear tyre, but Arbe has gone for a completely different strategy, as we were hearing in the pre-race interview.
Yeah, there's been a lot of experimentation. We know that the track surface here always plays a part. But let's look at the number 25, Aslan, running a medium front and a hard rear. I think that could be significant. There he is in third. We haven't seen Aslan on the podium this season.
P5 was his best result. That was in the second race in his home competition at Sepang. Third at the moment, Zakuan just behind him. Arbe's got himself up ahead of Azroy Hakim Anwar, so he's into P5. But if Keto Arbe is to get close to Hafiz, he's got a long, long way to come back from. 2.1 seconds down. 10 laps to go. We're about a quarter of the way through this race.
Yeah, Nakarin still all over that Ducati just in front of him. And Zakuan coming up the inside. 2 former ASB 1000 champions battling there for P3. Advantage Zakuan right now. Keto Arbe coming up behind Aslan.
Aslan, 41 years of age. No, 41 in October, isn't he? He's 40 now. Sorry for doing you a year. Still riding and still looking fit. Looking like a memory, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. I certainly think that's true. And he's happy. Seems very well kind of adjusted, enjoying his racing. So you can expect some good stuff from Aslan. The good stuff he needs to do immediately is to try and keep Keto Arbe behind him.
Arbe the focus of our attention at the moment. P5 behind him. Azroy Hakim Anwar. Let's not forget Azroy's in that mix as well. He's only a point behind Hafiz Sharin, the SDG Hard Protein.
Yeah, unflappable as ever in the SDG pit. Although we did see some amusement there during the qualifying Mind Games.
Hafiz looking in control at the moment. Chip Nakarin. It looks like he's chasing and having to work hard to chase.
I think it will come down perhaps to tyre wear. Nakarin on... Oh!
Who is it? It's two of them. It's Arbe!
It's Keto is down.
Keto Arbe has gone.
And...
Was it Lachlan? No, I don't think so. Keto Arbe in P6. He's out. That's the big one. And Lachlan Epis is the other one. Arbe, whoa, that is a huge moment in the championship. Enormous. And what an opportunity for Hafiz Sharin.
Yeah, Quito came in with a 7-point advantage on Hafiz. And Quito is race 1 here at Mandalika, literally in the dust. He is going to remount, so he'll pick up a few points.
Reaction.
We couldn't see the cause there. We could see Quito was laying the blame.
Lachlan was accepting the blame.
That's how I read that. But as you said, there's massive for the championship because it was so close. And while that's going on, Hafiz is gapping Nakarin behind him.
The one consolation for Quito Abe, if he gets up, which he has, with Apiwat out, there is a chance for him to actually pick up maybe 5 or 6 points. So it's damage limitation for Abe here. But for Hafiz Sharin, what an opportunity. Last lap of 1:35.209, fastest on the track so far.
Yeah, you can see this coming in a way. Interesting what he said on the grid, which was that he's been keeping the same setup since Sepang. I do believe it. I think the only thing they've really been changing has been tyres, electronics.
Johor crew, they've been working hard. This is their 2nd season in the Asia Road Racing Championship. There's a big investment from the southern state in Malaysia and in Hafiz, which puts pressure on. But it looks like that investment is getting a return. But so much can change. We've just seen that. And Zakwan Zadi, he won't give this one up. Chip Nakarin won't give this one up. The Hondas are quick.
Yeah, Nakarin could be, he might have used some tyres up in chase. Running a medium front and a hard rear.
It's not a relaxed look yet on the Ducati team, on the JDT team.
It's almost more worrying when your guy's in the lead, isn't it?
Particularly when you can feel the 25 points. They're yours for the taking. 7 laps to go. We're just approaching halfway. We're about halfway. Hafiz Sharin leads by 1.1 seconds.
Zakwan currently lapping faster than the man in front of him, his former teammate in the Honda Asia Dream Racing outfit, and indeed teammate a couple of weeks ago in Suzuka. Zakwan Zaidi has got more pace currently than Nakarin. There's Azroy, currently 5th.
It's been a tough day in the Honda Malaysia garages. They'll be hoping maybe that Azroy Hakim can close in. They'll be hoping that Zakwan is able to at least hold on to P3 to pick up another podium. Which for Zakwan would be podium number 5 of the season if he is in the top 3. There's Aslan Shah, who you mentioned hasn't had a podium. And of course with Apiwat not being able to get off the starting line, BMW are hoping for a podium just to compensate for Apiwat's problems.
Yeah, that lead of Hafiz now up to 1.5 seconds, just over half race distance.
Well, he's back out on the circuit and he's up into 9th place. Okay, that's 7 points for Quito Abe. Lachlan Epis also up. Show you Joe in 10th, but Abe.
Yeah, damage limitation today and have another crack tomorrow. Meanwhile, Zakwan closes in on Nakarin.
A 9-point lead coming into this race as Zakwan closes in on Chip Nakarim. Yeah, Arbe had a 9-point lead coming into this race. He would trail by 9 if it remains the same as it is at the moment.
Yeah, Aslan, he's going quickly as well. He was fastest on track last time.
1:35.7.
Zakwan lapping slightly quicker than our race leader Hafiz Shirin, although he's pretty much in another postcode at the moment.
P2. Nakarim. Tiraphuvapat.
Yeah, busy rider Nakarin. The last couple of months he's been in 5 Moto2 races. So in other words, he's been all over Europe as well as all over Asia. He's done the Asia Road Racing Championship, as he is today, of course, and he's also done the Suzuka 8 Hours. So a lot of race mileage and a lot of air miles.
A lot of air miles, I'm thinking that. I don't know the answer. I'm assuming they all fly business class.
I would hope so, because
that would be tough.
It would be tough if you did it economy.
Zakwan closes in. Zakwan's got some pace as well. 1:36 dead last time out.
Yeah, Nakarin just stabilised that gap. He was slightly quicker then.
2.3 seconds between 1 and 2. Next to nothing between 2 and 3. That's what you're seeing at the moment. The 2 Hondas, 2 experienced campaigners on similar bikes.
Further back in 6th and 7th, you've got Cam Dunker and Andy Farid locked in a little fight.
Joe Francis is giving this a go as well, although he's down in P8. He's within 2 seconds of Andy Farid and Cameron Dunker.
Yeah, good shot of that 3-second gap. And that gap stable now. As though Zakwan was catching Nakarin. Nakarin just seems to have control once again.
Aslam a little bit distant. A crash that took out 2 of the main contenders. Oh well, certainly one of the main contenders, Kito Abe, and one of the fast racers, Lachlan Epis, has really had a major impact on this race. And we've got a man being lapped. I'm assuming that was Chiu Yu Zhou.
I would think so, yeah.
Now Lachlan has withdrawn from the race. He's in the pits. Happy Watt retired. Chiu Yu Zhou in the pits.
Still nothing to choose in this battle for P2. Zakwan can't quite get close enough to show Nakarin a wheel. That was about 1.5 tenths last time. Cooler conditions out there now. There's pretty comprehensive cloud cover above as we get into these final stages.
It's the battle for P4, which Ajroy Hakim Ammar would really like just to pick up the extra point. You'd like to get 13 rather than the 11 points.
Yeah, that's another one. Good call, Des, to keep an eye on.
Zakwan closing in.
Yeah, Zakwan a little bit quicker through sectors 2 and 3, I think. No trouble for the blue and red Ducati ahead of them.
It's been mighty impressive from Hafiz Sharin. He has posted some quick times of 1:35.9, regularly in the low 1:36s. Best time 1:35.2.
That was the best lap of the race there for Nakarin. As they start the penultimate, the last but one lap of this 13-lap race. Saksikan, you suspect, steeling himself to see if he can close in. Nakarin, not an easy rider to pass.
No, even if you get close enough, he'll take the lines, he'll make his bike as big as he possibly can.
Yeah, look at that in sector 2, Nakarin just stretching out the front of him, just keeping himself frustratingly out of reach for his Malaysian former teammate.
Well, results-wise, again, if it remains the same, this will put Nakarin Atirapuvapat level with Kito Abe. They'll leapfrog Azroi Hakim.
Through sector 3, there's really nothing to choose between them. And this is a good job being done by Nakarin, because there's really consistent pressure from Saksikan. This rider feeling the pressure? Doesn't look like it. I think he expected the win.
There has been a confidence in the pre-race interview. Daniel was asking about what has changed since Sepang. The setup hasn't changed, but the improvement and the momentum from the JDT team has improved through Sepang, through Japan, and now here onto Indonesia, onto Lombok at the Mandalika International Circuit. And that lead is huge now.
Yeah, and Saksikan's trying to make it a game here.
We're on the final lap.
Yeah, that's as close as he's been to Nakarin.
As you say, getting close is one thing, getting past is another. Saksikan looks on the inside, leaves the braking as late as he can, but can't hold on.
Nice switch back to the inside by Nakarin. He's not going to give that up easily.
This is going down to turn 16, 17.
It is. It's going to be who gets out of turn 16.
Fabulous
on the best line. Yeah. Great racing here at Mandalika.
Very good. There's your leader, Hafiz Sharin. Comes in right then. This is the moment for Saksikan. If he's going to make his move, he's got to make it now. Saksikan tries to get on the inside. Hafiz Sharin comes through to take the victory. Hafiz Sharin back-to-back wins and is the leader in the championship. Behind him, Nakarin Atirapuvapat holds off Saksikan Zaidi. Aslan Shah Kamruzaman comes through in P4. But is this a decisive moment in the ARRC ASB 1000? I think, Barry Russell, it is.
It feels like it to me. You sense this coming right from, well, perhaps the last race at Motegi, but certainly from the first practice session yesterday morning, as the flag of Johor gets handed to the rider for JDT team. Sharin kisses the tarmac, does a dance. Kito Abe coming through to finish 9th. So I suspect the race will be rather different tomorrow, but I think it's going to be difficult to shake the grip that Hafiz Shinagi Honda is so expressive.
Well, that Johorian flag is proudly waved. It's the National Day for Malaysia on Sunday. I'm sure there'll be a Malaysian flag to accompany that Johorian flag. But today is Saturday, and today belongs to Hafiz, and today belongs to Johor and the Ducati.
Excellent job, and better there from Aslan.
Confirmation in the end of comfortable win when it's slowing down. Hafiz Sharon Abdullah on the Ducati Panigale for JDT Racing. Wins by just a smidgen under 3 seconds from Nakarin Atirapuvapat on the Honda Racing Thailand, who just edges ahead of Zakwan Zaidi for Idemitsu Honda Racing Malaysia. 2.9 seconds down on then Aslan Shah Kamruzaman on the BMW for A1 Energy BMW. But for Aslan, that's a decent result. It is his best result of the season. Azroy Hakim Amwa, Idemitsu Honda, has to have 11 points, 10 seconds down. Cameron Dunker, despite food poisoning, that's a brave effort by the MotoGo Yamaha racing team Aussie. He's in 6th place ahead of Andy Faradizdaha from Astra Honda Racing, ahead of Joe Francis for Victor Racing from the UK. Kito Abe, how important might those 7 points be? SDG Hawk Pro slid off in an instant with Lachlan Epis. Tell you, Joe, 1 lap down. Lachlan didn't complete the race, as he said on the in the interview pre-race. It's no good.
Zakwan, it looks like you got your groove back in this race, and we were waiting for that attack on Nakarin, and when it came, it just went slightly wide, and on the last turn, Nakarin was just a little bit later. But tell us about the race, because it looks like you managed the tires until the end.
I feel great today, good start. Also in the beginning, I have a big start with the other rider, so quite difficult to keep in front, but finally I get the chance to overtake, and finally I can follow with 3 riders. But finally I feel like I try to manage the tire, but in final I feel like coming struggle and also less grip. So I try to fight with Chip in the last lap. I think the strategy is not working today, but it's okay. I try tomorrow. For sure I will be back and much stronger today. And anyway, thanks to the team for all the hard work. Yeah, I keep fighting for tomorrow.
Can't wait to see it. Congratulations on your podium. Now in 2nd place for the race 1 for the ASB 1000, Chip Nakarin. Nakarin, the start was so good, and then just in the end, Hafiz started to pull away, and then suddenly Zakwan came to you, but you were so late on the brakes at the last turn. So can you tell us what went right and what didn't go right in this race?
At the beginning, I start very well. In the first corner, I stay outside and try to control my pace. And after that, Hafiz changed very fast. Yeah, I cannot keep my pace with him, so I prepare to finish in the podium. And at the end, Zakwan coming fast. Yeah, I know, but I just riding normal. In the last lap, he tried, but I still keep concentrated in the last sector, just close inside, and finally we finished in the second. Also, it enough for me today, and tomorrow I will try to make a new plan for fighting to win. And yeah, thank you to everyone and my team and our sponsor and everyone to support. Tomorrow I will try.
Thank you so much, Chip. Congratulations. Can't wait to see it tomorrow. And race winner this time round in round 4 for the Limited Asia Road Racing Championship in the ASB 1000 class, Hafiz Sharin from JDT Racing. I'm just waiting for Hafiz to make his way across to the interview area. There's another dominant victory this time from Hafiz Sharin. Let's see what he says about this one. So Hafiz, the one word I would describe this race for you is dominant. It was brilliant. You started off the race, a bit of pressure from Chip, but then you just managed to pull away and the pace was amazing. So tell us about this race.
Well, I don't know what the pace I did because my lap time doesn't work in the dash. Was working in the afternoon yesterday and no qualifying, and then in the race was not working. And then I say, shit, I have to do my feeling from yesterday. You know, I have to do something with myself to have an instinct. So I just continue and don't make any mistake and try to manage the tire, everything. And the bike really awesome. And thank you to the teams and also my new crew chief that been helping me since Sepang until here. And we didn't touch at all the bike setup. We just keep the bike same. And that's never done in my life, you know. But I say, yeah, sometimes it's happen. So you just keep working and then understand, put your effort to the team, and yeah. Anyway, this winning is for them, and they work more than 20 hours sometime. So yeah, right now I pay off from Japan. You know, I was disaster race in race 1, but now we come back, and thank you to everyone that support me and the fans. Also, last but not least, my family, and also to our prince, TMJ Tengku Mahkota Ismail. Without him, I was not here for racing. So yeah, we will do for the next race tomorrow for Merdeka Day.
Apologies for the fruity language, but Hafiz, big congratulations to you, and congratulations right now in the Championship League. Can't wait to see more tomorrow.
Zakwam happy with his day's work. He'll remain in 5th, but a little bit closer to 2nd than he was. Nakarin is joint 2nd in the championship standings with Kito Abe. And now the winner of this race, back-to-back wins. It's 4 podiums in 5 races. Hafiz Sharim and the team manager for JDT Racing Team from Johor. And they'll enjoy the day before Merdeka Day, the national anthem of Malaysia, Negaraku. Punch to the air and a cheer. Hafiz Sharin. It's been tough. There is pressure. There is expectation. Stefan Maki Karapie, FIM Asia President, to hand out the awards. Zakwam is so consistent, Zakwam, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, 2022 champion.
From Thailand, Nakarin
And got his mojo back this year. We're seeing a really good version of Zakwan once again after a poor season in 24.
The busy Chip Nakarin. And the ecstatic Hafiz Sharin Abdullah.
Yeah, he's very well aware of the importance of this result.
The team award will be handed out by Mr. Takashi Urabe, the President Director of PT Idemitsu Lube Indonesia.
And the best team for the ASB 1000 Race 1 JDT Racing Team.
Dunlop, as we know them better by. Thanks to them for their support. As always, the tyres are such an important ingredient in the success, particularly in the bigger bikes, where it can make such a difference. Hafiz Sharin Abdullah, dominant performance today. Nakarin and Zakwam, they'll pick up the pieces and they'll stay in contention for the championship. It's not over. We're bigging up Hafiz Sharin because he's so dominant today, but racing is such a fickle sport. Things can change in a nanosecond.
Yeah, Hafiz, such a strong rider and really found his form now and gelled with the bike, gelled with the team. He's going to take some stopping.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there is the Mandalika scene. Hafiz Sharin, the new championship leader, 9 points clear of Kito Abe, a point clear of Nakarin Atura Puvapat. Azroi Hakim on 102, Zakwan Zaidi 101. Tell you what, it's only 16 points between 1 and 5 with 5 races to go. Aslan Shah, always competitive on the BMW, 71 points for him. Cameron Duncan, get better soon, young fella. Hope you're fully puked up and you're in good nick for tomorrow. He's on 50 points. Andy Faradizda, not his best weekend for the Astra Honda Racing Team. He's on 41 points. Quick thoughts before we go, Barry, your highlights of today's racing?
Well, we just spoke about ASB 1000, so going back to TVS, we saw a new rider on the podium in the shape of Rendy, and the victory by Dimas was something special in the Underbone 150s. And then the composure of Arby, first podium for Shami and for Uma Racing, and 600s, the brilliance and determination of Adinanta, and the contrasting joy and gritty joy of Wayu and Ferozi. So fantastic day. It's going to be different, but it's going to be fantastic again tomorrow.
We're going to enjoy the wonderful sights of Lombok before we return to you tomorrow. We're back on air at 12:30 local time. That's 12:30 local Indonesia time for the TVS one make. We've got the qualifying, the warm-ups from 8:30 on our Facebook pages. So join Barry and join Daniel for that. Join myself and Barry and Daniel and the rest of the team at 12:35 for the broadcast tomorrow. But from wonderful Indonesia, it's been our pleasure to bring you day one of the Asia Road Racing Championships from the Mandalika circuit. We'll see you tomorrow, either 8:30 on Facebook or 12:30 on broadcast.